His browser has lost connection to camera.
What happened?
Browser has lost connection. Setting and start.
Look at this. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone who idam this Bhagavata by exalted devotee, Sabhajita, greatly worshipped, Abhadata, pure, Guna, whose qualities, Karmanaha, and activities, Rajarishe, of the great saintly king, Bharatasya, of Bharat Maharaj, Anucharitam, the narration, Swasti Ayanam, the abode of auspiciousness, Ayushyam, which increases one's duration of life, Dhanyam, increases one's fortune, Jasashyam, bestow reputation, Swargya, gives promotion to the highest planetary system, the goal of the karma is. Apavargyam, gives liberation from this material world and enables one to merge into Supreme. The goal of the Gyan is Va, or Anusrinati, always hears, following the path of devotional service. Akshasyati, prescribes for the benefit of others. Avinandanti, glorifies the characteristic of devotees and the supreme law. Ja, and Sarvaha, all, eva, certainly. Asisaha, blessings. Atmanaha, for himself. Asaste, he achieves no, not. Kanchana, anything. Parataha, from anyone else. Iti, thus. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So devotee is interested in hearing and chanting Sravanam Kirtanam and regularly discuss the pure characteristic of Bharat Maharaj and praise his activities. If one submissively hears and chants about the all auspicious Maharaj Bharat, one's lifespan and material opulence certainly increase. One can become very famous and easily attain the promotion to the heavenly planet or attain liberation by merging into the existence of the Lord. Whatever one desires can be attained simply by hearing and chanting and glorifying the activities of Maharaj Bharat. In this way, one can fulfill all his material and spiritual desires. One does not have to ask anyone else for these things, but simply by studying the life of Maharaj Bharat, one can attain all desirable things. Please respond. Devotee is interested in hearing and chanting Sravanam Kirtanam, regularly discuss the pure characteristic of Bharat Maharaj and praise his activities. If one submissively hears and chants about all auspicious Maharaj Bharat, one's lifespan and material opulences certainly increase. One can become very famous and easily attain promotion to the heavenly planets or attain liberation by merging into the existence of the Lord. Whatever one desires can be attained simply by hearing, chanting, and glorifying the activities of Maharaj Bharat. In this way, one can fulfill all his material and spiritual desires. One does not have to ask anyone else for these things, or simply by studying the Maharaj Bharat, one can attain all desirable things. Purport. The forest of material existence is summarized in this 14th chapter. The word Bhavatabi refers to the path of material existence. The merchant is the living entity who comes to the forest of material existence, try to make money for sense gratification. The six plunderers are the sense, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and touch, and the mind. The bad leader is diverted intelligence, and intelligence is meant for Krishna consciousness. But due to material existence, we divert all our intelligence to achieve the material facility. Everything belongs to Krishna, the supreme personality of Godhead. But due to our perverted mind and senses, we plunder the property of the Lord, engage in satisfying our senses. The jackals and tigers in the forest are our family members, and the hops and creepers are our material desires. The mountain cave is our happy home. The mosquito and serpent are our enemies. The rats and beast and vulture are different type of thieves who take away our possession. The Gandharva Pura is the phantasmagoria of the body and home. The willow species our attraction for the gold, and its color and material residence and wealth are ingredient for our material enjoyment. The whirlwind is our attraction for our wife, and the dust storm is our blinding passion experience during sex. The demigods control the different direction, and the cricket's noises are harsh words spoken by our enemy during our absence. The owl is the person who directly insults us, and impious trees are impious men. The waterless river represents atheists who give us trouble in this world. The nest and the blazing forest fire is family life. The meat-eating demons are government officials. The many ritualistic duty of household life constitute a tall hill one must cross, and pricking thorns on that hill are impediment of material life. Sleep is python. For the little taste experience during sex, one desire to enjoy another's wife, and then, like one who goes to take honey from beehive and is attacked by the bees, is chastised by the woman's guardians, like the husband, father-in-law, mother-in-law, and so forth. The creeper is one's wife. The lion is imminent death, and the herons, crows, vultures are so-called demigods, pseudo-swami, yogis, incarnation, who are all too insignificant to save one from the lion's attack. The swans are the perfect brahmanas, and the monkeys are the extravagant sudras engaged in eating, sleeping, mating, and landing. The trees of monkeys are our households, and the elephant is ultimate death. Thus, all constitute material existence as described in this chapter. Thus end the Bhakti Vedanta purport of 5th canto, 14th chapter, Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Material World as the great forest of enjoyment. ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदामयं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवं च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं साधनशिरघुनाथं विधन्तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवा श्री राधा कृष्ण प्रदान सगन रहितां श्री विशाखान्वितं च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. So thank you very much for attending the classes. As I told you, very important verses why we are having these classes or workshop. It's a beautiful verses from Srimad Bhagavatam. He says that when there is a congregation of devotees, if they discussion, questions, answer become conclusive to the both speaker and the audience. Thus, such a meeting is beneficial for everyone's real happiness. So that is why we are conducting Bhagavatam class, WhatsApp. This is very important, paramount important. So next time everybody requested to sign up for that. This time many of them was absent actually, 20 of them. Next time we are proposing that we will take two bus, 50 people can accommodate, right? No, yes. 50 people. Today we have this year 30. I mean this time. So another 20 people, three, four families were not there, right? Prabhus and all. So on this notes we will start. So this is the last verse of this canto, Forest of Material Enjoyment. So here, Srila Prabhupada, somewhere you see how beautiful summary. He has given all the verses summarized. Shruti, this one in this translation, but translation he has given all summary study. Actually, it is a Shruti. How to, there's a beautiful verses is there, I forget this word, 10:1 something, where it is say that when there is a topics of glorifying Supreme Lord is very good, but when Supreme Lord along with the devotees, it is more better. It was spoken by Parikit Maharaj. I'll try to recollect my. I used to use this verse 10:1, 6 or something. Let's see. 10:1. Jai Sri Ram. So these are verses you say that when is a talk between the Parikit Maharaj is hearing about the glories of the Prahlad Maharaj, he quoted these verses. Somewhere I forgot. So here the Shruti is given, but Prabhupada has summarized the how this forest enjoyment, how the horrors of forest of material enjoyment. So first thing that the Shruti is given because this chapter is for us to learn. That's why it is recorded in Bhagavatam. It is whole idea of Bharat Maharaj story, why it is recorded. When something is recorded in Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the essence of all Vedic scripture, Vedanta, that means it has got paramount importance, very significant. Just like Gajendra story. There are in National Geography Channel, you can see that so many elephant was attacked by the crocodile and they died. But their story is not recorded. But why Gajendra story recorded? Because we learn from the Gajendra story that how to react when you are in a very imbroglio, when you are in very precarious situation. How we react to this situation, how we spiritually react to situation, how we surrender to the Lord. So therefore, this is very, very important when it is recorded. So why Bharat Maharaj, as last classes I told you, this some of the beautiful lessons we have to learn from Bharat Maharaj, how this spiritual life is like very, very tough, very, very path is full of thorns. And you have to be very careful. If you miss it somehow or another, if you somehow or another divert and digress from the path, and you will be caught. Just like Khurasya Dhara Nisita Durataya. It says that Khurasya Dhara means when saving it, little bit of either you use Gillette or American, some brand is there, but little bit of inattention will blood. The result bloods. So it very, very, the spiritual path is very nice. And Prabhupada in this context, he gave an example of Indian train. Indian train, local train particularly, if you are sitting and traveling, particularly when traveling through Bihar area, from Chennai, Bihar area, the people will, in Bihar area, they do not have ticket. This is their against their principle to have a train ticket if they are getting down in the on the way actually. So they will never get ticket, and they will be standing and they will say, "Ask please, family everything. Family will come. They'll ask, can I have a seat?" Small children first seat. Slowly another children, wife, and finally he will sit. And the person who has a booking ticket, he has to after half an hour, 1 hour, you will see that he is standing. So Prabhupada says that what is the purpose, what is the lesson, that a little bit of negligence will create a havoc. A little spark burns the house. There's a saying, English proverb. A little spark neglected can burn the house. So that is very important. So Prabhupada says that a little bit of inattention in this path create a very havoc, because we are living in a very inflammable house of material existence. The forest of material existence is very inflammable. That means any time inflammable means a little bit of spark will sansara davanala, means it's like forest fire. It will destroy us, devastate us. Therefore, we have to be very careful in this path. So this Maharaj Bharat is very, very important because he was in a very exalted position due to his inattention or negligence in executing devotional service as prescribed, as instructed by spiritual master. And he was delayed for 2 births to go back to Godhead. He was in harbor stage. The great king left everything. And in our situation, these things may not happen. I mean, we are not in that state, and we fall down means it is very difficult. It may take millions years. Therefore, Prabhupada says that we should not be procrastination is the thief of time. Procrastination, you should not procrastinate. It will delay us. And there is a story of this rabbit and all. Rabbit and what is that? Tortoise. Rabbit and tortoise. So rabbit is very complacent. He was very confident. So devotees are very confident that because I have coming into Krishna consciousness under a very disciplined succession, bona fide disciplined succession, under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master, there is no Maya will not attack me, or I'm okay, I'm immune. But it is not like that. So rabbit slept and tortoise become fast. Next time rabbit was very much cautious. So this is not only slow and steady, fast and consistency. Slow and steady is the old proverb. Slow and steady is fine, but you want to go fast and consistency is that. That is more good. So rabbit thing. So we have to be very much the prescribed. Whenever we are executing prescribed duty, you should more concentrated in that. So on this notes, we will go through this beautiful purport Prabhupada is given. Very allegorically purport to understand the forest of material existence. He told that refers to path of material existence. The main merchant is the living entity who comes to the forest of material existence, try to make money for self-gratification. So it is saying that the merchant, sometimes Prabhupada says that the merchant goes to the forest to get something. In the forest you can get the very precious things. Like why the Birappan went to the Bangalore forest. That what is that? A forest. Sandalwood. Why? Because the very precious thing in the forest, but at the risk of his life. At the risk of his life. Virappan was actually killed by force. So similarly, we are coming here at the risk of so much problems. We are coming here to enjoy. So that is our first thing, that we want to come. The beautiful verses is that. He says that Krishna bhuliya jiva bhagavancha kare nikatastha maya tere jhapatiya. So we have forgotten. This is 425. So this is our first pitfalls. That the first thing we do is that Krishna bahirmukha hana bhagavancha kare nikatastha maya tere jhapatiya dare. It is said in Prema Vaibharta that when a living entity wants to enjoy material nature, is immediately victimized by the material energy. And living entity is not forced to come into the material world. He makes his own choice, being attracted by the beautiful woman. So here it is said that, beautiful, that Krishna bhahirmukha hana bhagavancha kare. The first thing, our desire to sense enjoyment, that is our first falling down process. First falling down. Why? Because we are the freedom is there. Freedom is there. Just like freedom is there, we can hear the class or you can go out also. That little bit of freedom is given to every living entity. Why? Why it is given? Actually, Lord is called Swarat. The first verse of Bhagavatam, it say that Janmadasya jatan vyat itaratasya charthesu avigya swarat. Swarat means independent. Lord is supremely independent, being the supreme personality of Godhead. So we are the part and parcel. We inherit that quality in a minute quantity. Otherwise, what is the use of love? Otherwise, we are like a stone. A living entity has that independence is there. That independence, when it's misutilized, sometimes we can desire to do something else other than what Lord desires. That tendency is already there. Being a Tatastha Sakti, we are in a marginal position where we have a tendency to either with God or with Maya. So the tendency that when that tendency is misutilized, then we come to the forest of material enjoyment. What is the verse? Tell me one verse. Supposing somebody were preaching, he will say that what is the root cause of our falling down from the spiritual world? Because we are, Krishna say, Mamavyansa Jivaloke Jivabhutta Sanatana, we belong to spiritual world. And we belong to spiritual world means our real home in spiritual world. Why we are here? Now, we are here. We are spiritual world is our home. Then we are here. We should be associated with Krishna, but we are not with our. We are in a foreign land. So what is the verse? Supposing somebody say that proof, because our is Shruti Prama. Everything you speak should be backed by Shruti. There's a beautiful verses. You remember this verse. There 2-3 verses is there. This is one of the verses. Here it is said that living entity by nature has minute independence to choose his own good or bad fortune. But when he forgets his supreme master, the personality of Godhead, he gives himself unto the modes of material nature. Being influenced by the modes of material nature, he identifies himself with body, and for the interest of the body, he became attached to various activities. Sometimes he is under the influence of mode of ignorance, sometimes the mode of passion, sometimes mode of goodness. The living entity thus gets different type of body under the modes of material nature. So this is our first thing, root cause of our falling down, because of misusing our minute independence. As a result, we get different body, and we try to enjoy the forest of exploiting the forest of material enjoyment. So therefore, Krishna bhuliya jiva bhagavancha kare. Tell me one more verses in this regard. No, Mohayansa Jivoloko is Bhayam Ditya Viniveshatasya. So here it is say that fear arises when living entity misidentify himself as a material body because of absorption in external illusory energy of the Lord. When the living entity thus turn away from the Supreme Lord, when the living entity thus turn away from Supreme Lord, he also forget his own constitutional position as servant of the Lord. See, as soon as you turn away, Nikotastha Maya kare jhapatiya dare. And Maya will make you to cover your intelligence that you are not the servant of Krishna. You are the master, you are the master, you are the master. That is called false ego. False ego means I am the master. Real ego means I am the servant of the God. So this is the second verses. And this bewildering, fearful condition is affected by potency of illusion called Maya. Therefore, an intelligent person should engage unflinchingly in the unalloyed devotional service of the Lord under the guidance of bona fide spiritual master, whom he should accept as his worshipful deity, as his very life and soul. So this is the second verses. Tell me one more verses. That where it is said that we have fall down, misuse our. So when we are living, when living entity forgets or misuses things, he is now in their position. So there's another verses in CC also there. It's 20. You see. These are the very, very basic verses we should understand, because we have to speak to somebody. Because whole idea of giving an impression that material existence is not good. As long as you have a tinge of inclination for material, Prabhupada says that unless we are detached for the material enjoyment, detached for the material world, we cannot go back to God. A tinge of anya vilasita sunyam. If there is any tinge of even the tendency, there is see anya vilasa, anya vilasita. See, Rupa Goswami is such a great exalted author. Not a half of the word he has got any mistake. I am not analyzing. Somebody was analyzing, was telling half of the word of Sanskrit is not a mistake. He knowingly put anya vilasita. The difference between anya vilasa and anya vilasita means, Anya Vilasa means material desire. Other than spirit, but Anya Vilasita means even the tendency. The tendency, we have some tendency. The tendency will be there. Tendency also will be completed. Not that I am supposing, as last class we told that it takes 12 seconds to go to Vaikuntha. On the way we go to all the demigod planets, heavenly planets. And a heavenly planet also, somehow we see any Apsara or anything, we captivate it, we will stay there. Unless we again regain, then go back to Vaikuntha. So that tendency will not be there also. Therefore, it is said that anya-vilasita. How Rupa Goswami used, he knows that. See, even after you are liberated, eligible, if you have a trace of tendency, no, I have not seen heavenly planet like this. Let me little stay there. So this unnecessary sightseeing, it will procrastinate. It will delay our process of going back to God. Just like we have the body is called a vehicle. Supposing you are renting a car in America, rent a car. So rent a car, you are going to some destination, but in between you stop and tearing the sightseeing. That means you are delaying your destination, right? Similarly, same thing. So if you somehow or other captivated by something, why this captivation come? Because the tendency is there. Oh, I should have like this. I did not have enough. I should. The tendency should go on. Therefore, Rupa Goswami say anya vilasita sunya. So Prabhupada says that unless we have completely exhausted with material enjoyment, we cannot go back. Not eligible to go back. Therefore, it is said that one should see how after we misuse our independence and captivated by Maya, how Maya will be treating us. See how Maya will be covering us. It is given in these verses. This is very sequence of how we will be captivated by Maya. Supposing now we have turned away from the Lord. When you turn away from the Lord, we are now captivated by Maya, and Maya is working in three modes of material nature, right? So these are the sequence and flow. The fully embodied living entity, inept at controlling his sense and mind, is forced to act according to influence of modes of material nature. See how you should know the flow actually. Now how we falling down, what are the verses of falling down, then you come down here. What happened when you falling down? We were captivated by the Maya. Maya is working in three modes, and we are influenced the modes of material nature. Against his desire, he is like a sleek worm that uses his own saliva to create a cocoon and become trapped in it with no possibility of getting out. The living entity traps himself in a network of his own furtive activities, then can find no way to release himself. Thus, he is always bewildered and repeatedly he dies. See, that is the consequences of turning away and surrendering to this. So, whole the forest of material enjoyment is saying that you have come for the particular purpose to do something, but you are impregnated. All your enjoyment is impregnated with the miseries. You do not know your oblivion. Your oblivion to impending death. Your oblivion to the all this misery which is impregnated, which comes along with your package. So therefore, you cannot trap. It's like a cocoon. You trapped itself. You are creating very nice. You are planning. I have this planning, that planning, this planning. Therefore, devotees should not have this kind of material plans. Because Krishna will not. Krishna say, Very nice verses there. So, before I forgot, somewhere last week I saw this verse. Very nice. Beautiful verses. Previously, I do know this I was using different verses, but person who fully surrendered to the lotus feet of Supreme Personality of Godhead and always think of his lotus feet are accepted and recognized by the Lord as his own personal assistant and servant. Lord never bestows upon such servant the brilliant opulence of the upper, lower, middle planetary system of this material world. When one possesses material opulences in any of the three divisions of the universe, his possession naturally increases enmity, anxiety, mental agitation, pride, belligerence. Belligerence means quarrel, a beautiful word. Prabhupada's main thing, if you learn Prabhupada's thing, you have a vocabulary also increase. You enhance your vocabulary. Thus one goes through much endeavor to increase and maintain his possession, he suffers great unhappiness, he loses them. So this is a very good thing. So now everybody is planning to be happy. Every moment, every moment. So devotee should not have this kind of material plan because there's a beautiful verses is there. It is said that is spoken by the I think Lord Shiva. My dear Lord, all living entity within his material world are mad after planning for things. They are always busy with desire to do this or do that. We have a task list. See, I was reading Bhakti Vinod Thakur, The Art of Chanting Better. He is telling why our mind is going distraction while chanting. Because we are attached to this so many things. So mind is dragging those things. So we are not prioritizing the concentration on the chanting. So here, because we have task list also, like okay, I have to do this one, I have to do that, I have to do that, pending task list all the time. So everybody is planning in every moment to do this, do that. This is due to uncontrollable greed. That greed for material enjoyment is always existing in the living entity. But your lordship is always alert. In due course of time, you strike him just as a snake seizes a mouse, very easily swallow him. Tuck. See, we are very oblivion to all these things. No material, forest of material enjoyment. We are going aram say, and in forest, lot of things we are plundering. How we plundering? Who are the plunderers? Our senses. With our five senses, six senses along with mind. Purport Prabhupada saying we are plundering. This, let me plunder McDonald. In India, when McDonald come, they really MC download because we don't use the Mac, MSC Mac. In India, MC download Donald. So McDonald, KFC, all the things. So this is all the thing our we want to exploit. Let me sense enjoyment indiscriminately. You nam pramata kurute vikram indiscriminately. So what happened? We are thinking that oh we are very good position. I don't care for God. There's no necessity of God. Nothing. We are very just like recently there's a news that what is that hero got stabbed. Saif Ali Khan. See such a celebrity with such a opulences, such a money, so reputation, everything, but he was stabbed. A person can break into your house with so much cordon, so much security, and stab him so brutally. So that thing can be happen. Therefore, here it is said that although we are oblivion to impending death, but in due course of time, you strike him just as a snake seizes a mouse. So you do not know. All of a sudden, things will be turned off the table. Therefore, the devotee who has got attachment, they do not want to leave the body. No, I have so much attachment, they do not want to leave. Therefore, devotee case, one should know that these are all impermanent. That will anyway will go. Therefore, one should not be so attached to that. At the time of death, your psychological condition, you are so attached to something. Even after your wife, you will get another thing. Anybody, anything. Even Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati say that one should not have attached to in own house also. Therefore, one should not buy a house and rent. That much of level. And one beautiful story about Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, anecdote, that one of his disciples, Brahmachari, was very nicely doing, but he was suffering from the cancer. And doctor told within 6 months he will die. So then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, he approached to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, not through directly, through his devotee, through his internal devotee, so that I want to go home because I'm going to die, let me see. Bhaktivedanta Swami did not allow. Did not allow. But at the last moment, like he has the 2-3 days to die, like time is there, he allowed. On the way in the train, he died. Everybody accused. Accused means, why Prabhupada, you did not send, you 6 months before you did not send him when he was asking. Now he was not asking, you were sending him. He told, when he was asking me 6 months back, he has developed an attachment for his home. So it was impeding his going back to Godhead, the obstacles. But when he was 2-3 days, his concentration on, I'm going to die, let me concentrate on the God. So when he was away from the things, he was hankering for that association. So he died with hankering the devotee association rather than his family association. So everybody stunned. See, so this is the thing, how important. Even you should not attach to your rented room also, house also. I mean, your house also. That is the thing. That is the very important. Because a little trace or tinge of attachment will make you linger your process of going back to Godhead. Therefore, all the scriptures and every statement of the scripture is admonishing us to get out from the attachment. It is the cause of greatest unhappiness. There is beautiful verses is there. I think this one, uh, how the attachment is working, how the attachment is so dangerous. 325. Yeah, this is a beautiful verses. It is repeated, actually, this verse is repeated 2 times. A very nice verse. Prasangam adaram pasam atmanah kavaya vidussave saeva sadhusu kritam mukhyodharam apavritam. Every learned man knows very well that attachment for material is the greatest entanglement of the spirit soul. So spirit soul get entangled as soon as he comes to the forest of material enjoyment. But the same attachment when applied to the self-realized devotee opens the door of liberation. Prabhupada quoted many times, this particularly this last 2 lines, Soeva sadhu sukritta mukhya dharam apabrita. So that is the important thing. So this attachment is the greatest entanglement of the spirit soul. We are coming here forest of material enjoyment to exploit along with our wife, children, everything. But here Jada Bharat is giving an impression all of these things is impediment to go back to God. He even quoted that this Sojana Dasyu, our relatives, family, they are Sojana Dasyu means they are the thieves, rocks. They exploited. We get on a hard-earned money you are doing, they exploited us. That kind of word has been given. Just to give us the impression how this material existence is so much entanglement. How our planning for enjoying sense gratification is very much entanglement, very much bewildering. So in this regard, he say that this sense gratification process is very, very dangerous because it creates so many problems. What is that verse? 11. What is that verse where it says that it leads to quarrel? 11, 29, 26 or something. Prabhu used to quote this one. It leads to quarrel. Prabhu always say, it leads to quarrel, sense gratification. Anyway, we go to 9. That was it is the 11th canto. 11th canto 16. I think 11th. Anyway, we will go to another verse. 11:21 will go. 11:21, 19, 20. So here it is said that also that one who accepts the material sense object as a desire will certainly become attached to them. From such attachment, lust arises. Lust creates quarrel among men. This is also the quarrel verse. So here it is said that how it creates the sense gratification process has so many side effects, repercussion. the negative repercussion of sense gratification. It creates the quarrel because you become lost. Material enjoyment, the lost is there. Then quarrel. Therefore, in Kali Yuga is a age of discrepancy, dissension, quarrel. A little bit of provocation, there's a quarrel. People are lusty. They're so much attached to that. They have no knowledge of spiritual realization. They are thinking this material life is the sonam banam. This is the life where we have to enjoy. We have to make a sophisticated environment, gorgeous arrangement. And 2349 is 16 something. I'll find out. 11, 21, 20. We see these verses also, very important. So it is say that from quarrel arises intolerable anger, followed by the darkness of ignorance. This ignorance quickly overtakes man's broad intelligence. So how the sense gratification process leads to quarrel, leads to lost to quarrel, and quarrel, when you quarreling, you have anger. And from anger, your intelligence is covered. Samaham, Krodhak Bhavati Samaham, intelligent. When intelligence is covered, so then man is like an animal. Because the difference between animal man is we are called rational animal. Rationality is lost means you are animal. Rationality means discrimination. So rational means what? Discrimination. So discrimination is the function of not mind, intelligence. Mind is willing, feeling, but intelligence is superior because it discriminates. No, you cannot we cannot go and meet Modi or something like that. Somebody was break through White House, India, American White House. He got arrested, an Indian man. 2 days back. So this is the thing. So intelligence is superior, it will discriminate. Therefore, this intelligence should be very good. And what kind of intelligence? Intelligence, spiritual intelligence. That is called Suddha Buddhaya, not Avisuddha Buddha. Avisuddha Buddha means your intelligence is contaminated, polluted by material things. You do not know. Because you are thinking this forest of material enjoyment is all in all. So we are creating so much phantasmagoria, creating so much arrangement for enjoyment. But it is 11:30, 2027. Having awakened the faith in the narration of my glories, being disgusted with material activity, knowing that all sense gratification leads to misery. This is another side effect. Thus, still unable to renounce all sense enjoyment, my devotee should remain happy, worship me with great faith and conviction. Even though he sometimes engages in sense enjoyment, my devotee knows that all sense gratification leads to miserable result. He sincerely repents such activity. That is a given. This is a beginning stage, it's not the pure stage. It is still sensual. But initially, when you get initiated, the anartha is still there. But we are determined to execute devotional service. Because of our previous activity, previous habit, we have some unwanted habit, unwanted attachment. But that attachment slowly, gradually will diminish when you are executing this devotional service. And we should repent that. We should not, the repentation must come, I have done, this is not good for Krishna consciousness. So we should repent that, which is the obstacles. Without repenting, we will not learn from them. Just like Parikshit Maharaj, he repented that I put unnecessary snake on this one. So you should recognize your mistake, repent it, and rectify it without rectification. Here Maharaj Bharat, he is giving one lesson, important lesson. He is now recognized his mistake that I somehow or another did not consult the spiritual master. I was unduly attached to a deer, which is misdirected compassion. And now I got another, at the time of death, I could not concentrate on Krishna. As a result, I have to get another chance. In another chance, I got a dear body, and that dear body was not suitable for executing devotional service. Although by Krishna's mercy, I remember in past lives, but I could not. I could not engage in this devotional service because devotional service means only species, human species. Therefore, human species is very, very important. Labdha sudullabham idam bahu sambhamate. So, because it is rarely active, it is a very, very unique opportunity. So, therefore, somehow in that body, he is aloof. And he was praying, let me get another chance so that I can engage in devotional service. So he got another chance as a Brahmana. And he was telling last week you asked the question why the animals in Vrindavan spiritual world everybody is living, every animal is serving the Krishna. They are all spiritual. In spiritual world, even a tree, even a bird, even a beast, everybody is a living, and they were doing. They are also devotee. They are serving in different capacity. One time, one sadhu, I went to Vrindavan. One sadhu was telling that he every day reads Bhagavatam, and one day he did not read, and he got a sound from a tree. Why you are not reading today? Therefore, Prabhupada said that you don't flog the lips and all. Or everything is living in Vrindavan. Yeah. So this is the thing. It's not like that they are not in animal platform. They are different species also, but all are serving the Lord. So here it is say that how that this is the first stage how we should know. Therefore, the Bhagavatam is giving an impression, the shortcoming, the horrors of material enjoyment. In this regard, the beautiful verses is there where it is say that the pitfalls of those who are interested only in so-called beautiful life, namely remaining as a householder, entangled by son, wife, searching after wealth, think such things are life's ultimate goal. Such people simply wander in different types of body throughout this material existence without finding out the ultimate goal of life. So this is the repercussion. If you do that, then you will be wandering different body. So our whole aim of the life to get out from this cycle of obnoxious cycle of birth and repetition of birth and death. So this all the thing attachment is entanglement. Therefore, Bhagavatam is admonishing you have come for something, but you impregnated with all the things. And there is a beautiful analogy is given, allegorical story in Mahabharata, just like a person is chased by a what is it called elephant, and somehow or another he was running and he was holding one tree branches, and he found out that down there is a snakes are there hissing, and branches the rates, there are two rates black and white, they are cutting the branches where he was holding on, and these bees are there, bees are hitting him. Still in such a precarious situation, elephant is represents death, snakes are like our day to day problem. And all this kind of precarious situation, he is happy because from this bees there is some honey, little bit of honey is dropping, he is very happy in that. So our condition in material world is that a little bit of happiness, chapala sukha means flickering happiness, we are at a great risk. That is a very not intelligent. Somebody told, I think somebody was telling, laziness is a sin. I think Shahrukh Khan, somebody given a statement, laziness is sin, but in a spiritual world laziness is actually good. This picture is there. This picture is one very nice picture, will come here, right? This picture is what is that called? People cannot see. So the picture is there. It shows the how the allegorical things, that how the precarious is. So we can show the devotee there. So this is very important verses from Mahabharata. What is that here? Elephant chased by man hanging. Man hanging Mahabharata. Actually, it is Bhagavatam. It is from Mahabharata. See here. So here you can see this things. This one.
Let's go first one. You click the digit. The matter. Okay, close. Yeah, you can read that now.
The plight of a man is wandering dead. Once a man was chased by an elephant in a forest. Seeing no respite, he climbed to a tree, but he slipped, was about to fall before he could hold on a branch. He looked up and found that the elephant is waiting to devour him. Two rats, one black and white, were slowly nibbling the branches. He was hanging on to it. And he understood that very soon the branch would fall into the ground. As the man looked down, he discovered that there were many snakes. Suddenly dropped the honey. Suddenly a drop of honey fell on the face. He pulled his tongue out and licked it. And this was a honeycomb between the two branches he was holding. Due to disturbances caused by his holding and shaking this branch, bees were out to bite him. But at the same time, honey was also oozing from the comb. Forgetting the obvious elephant, snakes, rat, bees, he just adjusted his tongue to get the drops of honey straight on his tongue. Now he was happy indeed, forgetting his precarious situation. The analogy was Mahabharata perfectly, from the Mahabharata perfectly fit the common man, represent the common man who was stuck in this precarious situation of the material world. Sansara, death is elephant is chasing us continuously. It will leave us without devouring. It will not leave us without devouring. The black and white threads represent night and day respectively. They are slowly reducing our age. The hissing snake represents the big obstacles in life. Honeybees represent day-to-day problem we face in our life. The sweet honey represents pleasure of the world in its myriad form. We accept this lending hand of Krishna, we can save ourselves a lot of trouble that we are too attached to the drop of dropping honey. So this is the thing, how precarious. Death is always there. Ahani Uttani. I have given this in my Facebook, all the verses of Bhagavatam regarding the death, how elephant is death, how death is not pleasing. And death is like Ahani Uttani Gatsatiyar Jamalaya. Every time, every day, every moment we read that obituary in our newspaper. Every moment we are confronting the death. So, but we are oblivion to the fact of death. It is so much sterilized and not discussed publicly, but very important. Then, when his branch, the black rat, white rat, you know what is the verse? Ayur harati by punsam udyam mastam chanyaso. Every sunrise plunders the duration of our life, sunrise and sunset. The black and cat, they are plundering every moment. Then this the snakes are represent is our problem of life, adhyatmic, adhibautik, adhidoivik, all the material life problem. And the bees are beating us. This is day to day our life, day to day problems. And finally, that we are in such a precarious situation, this is a little bit of honey. We are so attached to little bit of honey that we are oblivion to all this precarious situation, and we will develop a very tenacious determination that this home is very happy, sweet home. The so-called sweet home of there's a beautiful what is called leaves. What that usually they have this story, happily lives after, right? Happily, there is nothing called happily lives after. It is a myth. Material world is cannot be happy. The very intrinsic nature, inherent nature of the material world or concomitant factor of material world is problematic, is miserable. Therefore, Krishna says, Dukhalayam Asaswatam is a very miserable but temporary world. But we are oblivion due to ignorance, we are oblivion to all these things, and we are trying to that honey. That honey is the little bit of, what is that called, sense gratification. This is a very nice, what is the name? One poet is Vidyapati. He's written that, what that? Tatar Saikate Bharibindu Sama. It's like in a desert, one drop of water will definitely is good, but it cannot quench your thirst. So we are thinking that in this material world, desire, forest of material enjoyment, wife, children, all the things, little bit of enjoyment for spotlight of 50 years, 100 years, that is the whole life. We do not know that we are eternal. Somehow or other, we are pathetically entrapped and engaged in this material obnoxious body. As a result, we are transferring or transmigrating from one species to another species. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jastare. Janani Dastari means wombs of the mother. We are changing the womb of the mother. And it is very suffocating. Our birth is very suffocating. Death is disease. All the thing is very suffocating. Very, very painful. Very, what you say, excruciatingly painful. This is given in 330. How the birth is so, 331. Birth is so precarious. Death is also not pleasing. It's like, very unpleasing death is. And disease is invalidity, disease condition. I have shown all the verses from 330, birth, death, disease, old age. Old age also is invalidity. All these things are there, but still we are so oblivion. Why we are oblivion? It is stated in Bhagavatam, we are oblivion because of the one thing. Why we are oblivion to all the things? Because most of them, they do not know. See, this is the things why we are oblivion to all these problems. So here it is said that due to ignorance, the materialistic person does not know anything about his real self-interest. The auspicious path in life is simply bound to material enjoyment by lusty desire. All his plans are made for this purpose. For temporary sense gratification, such a person creates a society of envy. Due to this mentality, he plunges into the ocean of suffering. Such a foolish person does not even know about this. They do not know about that. The result is like this. Repurcussion, the hopes and horrors of forest of material enjoyment. The hopes is there. Therefore, I have in my title put the hopes and horrors of forest of material, because hopes are there. See, there is negativity there, the positive is there. What is the positivity? Positivity is there when you same attachment for material world, this material thing, you transport to sadhu sangha, then you will be getting the knowledge. That knowledge you can get, and you can get out of the thing. Tell me one verse. Sadhu sangha, that on 11th that is particularly called sadhu sangha. No, you see, along with attachment, you will say. 11.330 is there, 11.330, 31, all these sadhu sangha is pleasing. But the attachment, they'll show you one verse. One verse I'll show you, another verse you tell. Like this way, you should be like this. Sangha smate hetu asat vididya swayeva sadhu kirtan nisangatva kalpate. Association for sense gratification is certainly path of bondage, but same type of association performed with saintly person leads to the path of liberation if performed without knowledge. Stop. So we did not. So this is the thing, that association of sense. Why sadhu is important? Because sadhu will give you the knowledge. Sadhu will give you the knowledge that how to do this one.
Problem with
Anyway,
so this.
so this is the result. Another verses, please. 552. What is 552? We are basic verses. We don't have to put that. Mahaseva Dharam over Vimukta. So 552 also the same thing is saying that. And it is saying that the Mahaseva Dharam over Vimukta Tamadwaram Jositam Sangi Sangam. So now we can see, right? So one can attain the path of liberation from the material bondage only by rendering service to a highly advanced spiritual personality. These personality are impersonally devotee. Whether one wants to morph to the Lord or wants to associate with personality of God, it wants to render service to Mahatma. So why it is important to Mahatma? Why it is important when we associate? Anybody can answer? Why is it important? Because as we know that due to ignorance, we do not know what is our self-interest And we cannot do that. Supposing I'm bound, I cannot untie myself. I need somebody. You are not tied means you can untie me. Similarly, we know somebody who is untied, he can release me. Except God. When God is tired, as a Damodar Lila, he untie also to Nalakubar and Manigriva. See, that is the Lord exception. That is the contradiction which can be harmonized because he is Supreme Personality of Godhead. See, this harmonized can be reconciled. These things, this contradiction can be harmonized because he is Supreme Lord. With bound also he can unbound. But usually we cannot, in material context we cannot. We need a person. That is stated here, very important. Why we need a sadhu sangha for this? Why? Therefore, Jada Bharat is very important for Rahugana. If Rahugana was not meeting Jada Bharat, he did not know that because awakening with knowledge. No, here it is said that beautiful verses that because of a person who has been covered, this important verse remember. Why we cannot untie ourselves? Because a person who has been covered by ignorance is time immemorial, is not capable of effecting his own self-realization. No. 11:20 to 10. Again stop. 11:20 to 10. And there must be some other personality who is factual knowledge of the absolute truth, can impart this knowledge to him. So we cannot untie ourselves. Andha jata andha tere. A leading person, blind man cannot lead you to the destination. You will go to ditch. So therefore, we should go to a bona fide spiritual master, bona fide organization. So our Hare Krishna movement is very bona fide. See, Prabhupada written a book that is called Bhagavad Gita as it is. He transformed millions of lives. Before that, there was 800 edition of Bhagavad Gita before Prabhupada went to America. Why this book has an effect? Because the bona fide sadhu. When you come in contact with liberated, then he will untie you. Vivekananda went, 1893. My dear brother and sister, all the things, all nonsense. If you read that, if you again hear this one, he was representing a Vedanta. He told God, why no need? You are also God. Everybody is that capacity of God. What nonsense. Prabhupada says that the real first aphorism is Dharmadasya Jatha. The personality where everything is immanent, creation, destruction, maintenance. That is God. That is Vedanta Sutra. Therefore, why the chanting is important? Why we had a Japovar session? To give priority that. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he met Prakashananda Saraswati, who was a Vedantist, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was he was a sannyasi of this category because he was initiated by impersonal Kesav Bharati. So he was telling, you are our Sampradaya, you should read. Why you are dancing like Hare Krishna, like this sentimental? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately said, Guru maro murkha jani karilo sasana vedantare tava nahi adhikar. Guru found out means you are a fool. You have no jurisdiction to understand Vedanta. Because Vedanta is so much misinterpreted in this material world, in this age of Kali, so that people get misdirected. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu representing, no, I am also misdirected. My Guru found out, oh, you are misdirected, you are talking. Although he was a great scholar, he is a scholar of Naya. He has defeated one great scholar from Kashmir. But he represents himself full. So then what is the essence of all scripture? No, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Therefore, we have priority. The Japo session, we want to give this priority that why the chanting is important. It is the essence of all Shastra, essence of all purport of the scriptures. Sarva Shastra Sara Marma is Namakirtan, Namada. So here it is said that we cannot. Then how we can do? Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke to where? Spoke to who? He spoke Sanatana Goswami. Sorry, Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami means is Prayag. Kumbh Mela. He talked because these verses must be Prayag, there is a ghat is there. In Prayag, there is a ghat called Dasamadhava Ghat. So there he talked. Krishna Bhuli Jiva Anadi, not coming. Krishna Bhuli se Jiva Anadi Bahil Mukha Ateva Maya Tere Deva Sansara Dukha. Forgetting Krishna, living entity, has been attracted by external feature from time immemorial. Therefore, illusory energy gives him all kind of misery. Then he was giving a solution. The solution is given that what is the solution? Sadhu Shastra Kurpaya Dadi Krishna Mukha Hoye, Se Jivan Istara Maya Tar Chadiya. So if the conditioned soul become Krishna consciousness by the mercy of saintly person, we cannot become Krishna consciousness directly. We can Krishna consciousness by the mercy of saintly person. Because it's like, what is that? Bhakti is the conduits of bhakta. Because in a copper, the electricity flows in the copper only. You cannot have a steel and to find out. So the copper only the conduit carrier of the electricity. Similarly, the bhakti is the carrier of bhakta or the carrier of bhakti. So when you come in contact, then just like you are come in contact with the copper, you will be electrocuted because when electricity is flowing. Yes. So in the conditioned soul become Krishna consciousness by the mercy of saintly person who voluntarily preach scriptural injunction and help him to become Krishna consciousness. So who is helping? Devotees. The conditioned soul is liberated from the clutches of Maya, who gives him up. Then only he can. Therefore, Sadhu Shastra Guru is very, very important. That is the only solution to get out from the forest of. We have learned the horrors of forest of material enjoyment. Now we have learned the hopes. What is the hopes? Hopes means you have to engage in sadhu sangha. Sadhu sangha means you will get out. So our whole idea is that all center is giving an opportunity of sadhu sangha, and sadhu sangha means there is Sravanam Kirtana. In the verses also says Sarvanam Kirtana. Sarvanam Kirtanam is main elements of sadhu sangha. When you sadhu sangha, you start hearing about the personality of God, hearing about all these precarious conditions, repercussion of forest of material enjoyment. We can hear the hopes and horrors of forest. Then we will develop a distaste for that. Without hearing that, the distaste will not come. It will not come. The distaste come by hearing. Hearing is very important limbs. The first and foremost limb, we can detest for all this infection, material infection. So on these notes, we will end these classes. So if anybody has any questions, anything. So we should learn that we should be very much detestful. They say that devotees are very pessimist. They are not optimist. Eh? So they accuse that. Prabhupada says that yes, unless we are pessimist about the material life, material existence, one cannot get out. So one should be pessimist. We are not like what you say. We have some prejudices. Oh, material enjoyment, good, always negative, negative. No, the negativity is there because we know the negativity. We should know the positivity also. So there is a Isophanes verse is there. One should know both the part, the negativity part and positive. Then why Rahugana Jadabharat is investing so much time to apprise, to inform, or to enlighten, to educate Jadabhara Rahugana? Because he should know the negativity so that we should not. Do's and do nots are very important. In our 64 limbs of bhakti, today I have a class tonight. There are 64 limbs. First 10 limbs is do's. Next 10 limbs is do nots. And this 20 is most important. And first do, you know what is the first verse? Anybody? Eh? Onion garlic. First limbs of bhakti. Eh? This was, you should also attend the class. These are the law book, You 64 hours, what we are doing with our mind, word and speech. This is all 64 limbs we are doing. If you do not know means how we can execute Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness means using all the thing. First thing is that Adau Guru Asraya. First thing is Guru Asraya. Take the shelter of. Second thing is take initiation. Third thing is that to hear the instruction from me. These three things are very, very important thing. Out of all 65 is very important. This out of first 10 do's, the 3 is very important. First 3. Rupa Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Prabhupada said. So these are the things you should know, the limbs of the bhakti. Because on the basis of the prescribed things, we are executing our bhakti. Bhakti cannot be executed what you like. What it is injunction in scripture ordered by spiritual master, then we can execute bhakti that is fruitful. Otherwise, bhakti is a sentiment. Utpadeva kalpate. He says that it is utpadeva, disturbances. If you do bhakti according to what you know, what you like, what you prefer, this is the disturbances. Shruti Smriti Puranadis Pancharatrika Vidivina Oikuntika Harer Bhakti Utpadeva Kalpade. Rupa Goswami say, without reference to Shastra, any kind of devotional service, it may looks very good. Somebody comes here, I've seen they will be like this. What is this yoga system? Kali Yuga, within 2 minutes you are getting message, an average, how many messages we are getting or some disturbed mind, and you are trying to control your mind by yogic process. This is impossible. So therefore, they do not know. They are thinking that I am very good, I know yoga. So Kapal Bharati, Anolam Binolam. All these things is not working. They say chanting of Hare Krishna. So therefore, we should refer to Shastra. Without reference to Shastra, all this bhakti is a sentimental, and it does not bear the fruits. So therefore, we should learn from the Shastra, from a bona fide spiritual master, under a very authentic disciplic succession. Just like now, we have like Kumbh Mela. There are so many spiritualists, they went to there, many organizations. Not that every organization you go and hear. We should go to bona fide organization. Although it is a congregation of devotees, Sadhu Sangha is a highest congregation of devotees. But it doesn't mean that you hear. Whole idea of going there not actually bathing. Prabhupada went there 1971. It was bathing is give you liberation. Vishnu Puran said that it will give you so much benefit, liberation. But we are not after liberation. We are after bhakti, higher than liberation. So we go there for propagating Krishna consciousness, or hearing from sadhu. That is whole idea. So this is whole idea of Kumbh Mela. So on this notes, we will end here if there is no other questions. So thank you very much for attending Bhagavatam. Please regularly attend. Hearing is the most important. Hearing is the gateway to liberation. It's an expressway. All other process is not expressway. The traffic is there. But only process hearing has no traffic light. It's an expressway to Godhead. No traffic light. Anybody can hear. Just you have to lend your ear attentively. Thank you very much. Mantra Bhagavatam ki jai, Nitai Guru Premanande.